Grace and peace. Grace and peace to each and every one of you tonight. And on behalf of our Heavenly Father, our Lord Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, we want to worship them for who they are. You don't want to miss tonight because deep revelations and mysteries and secrets that you need to understand and know. These, by grace, most of the teachings are now on YouTube. So at the end, we'll give you the YouTube where you can subscribe to YouTube and hear all the teachings, both on the prayer line, both on Zoom. All the teachings are there from the Lord Jesus Christ that you can look, you can listen, and you can learn from him. But tonight is going to be very, 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 very deep. You want to look, listen, and learn because Jesus was revealing not only the heart of the Father, but also, watch this, what are some of the things that hinder intimacy? Don't miss this. Relationship, fellowship, and communion. It's very, very important, such as entanglements, soul ties, attachments, heart issues, identity crisis. See that? Veils. You see that? Scales. You see that? Wrinkles, spots on your clothes. And he said, give them the solutions from my heart. You don't want to miss this. It's very, 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 very important. In our walk with Jesus, love the Lord your God with all your heart. Take note, heart issues. Mind issues. Soul, see that? Soul ties. Which areas of your walk with the Father and Jesus are scales and veils? Because I tell you the truth, when the Father and Jesus make you a promise by name, by face, by heart, you must go through the process. And I'm gonna give you all 7 processes today. Don't miss it. What is the process? It's 7. Why do I need to be processed? What does he put me in to process me? Only thing that's free is salvation. Every other thing the Father promised you is conditional. Only love is unconditional. Every other thing from the Father and Jesus, such as obedience, loyalty, faithfulness, you see these hearts that are required to obtain from the Father because he's a heart man and he requires integrity of heart. Everybody take note. If the Father and Jesus have not yet moved in your life in the way you are expecting them, tonight you're going to hear the root, the seed, the branches, and the leaf. See, it's always in 4s. Intimacy, fellowship, relationship, communion, soul ties, heart ties, mind ties, emotional ties. One of those areas is blocking. It's a stumbling block. Take note. Yes, we can talk about intimacy, relationship, fellowship, and communion with the Father and Jesus, but I must let you know, deepest deliverance is deep, deeper, deepest. And watch this. Whichever level you are walking with him requires a deeper, so if you're walking with him deep, you need a deep process. If you walk with him deeper process. If you walk with him deepest process. See? So look, listen, and learn. Watch this. The process. One, in order, because this is what Jesus requires, a pure and a clean heart to walk with him. Blessed are the pure in heart. They will see God. It's not enough to come and say God's going to bless you. No. That's just announcing the promise. But many skip the process. The process is more important than the promise. The process and the price is more important than the promotion and the promise. Because you need to know what he's looking for. I'm going to say it again. There's only one heart out of all the hearts I'm going to tell you that's unconditional. There's no conditions attached to that one. It's love. The rest of the hearts required, that's a heart you need for your destiny, your purpose, your identity, intimacy. See all those ones? They are hearts. So if the Father say you are my friend, he's calling you, but that don't mean you are a friend yet. Because in order for him to choose you as a friend, there's a friendship test. There's a bride test. There's a sonship test. Because to whom much is given, much is required. There are requirements. Just like you go to class, the teacher give you a syllabus and give you requirements. So it is in the kingdom. There are requirements and conditions and terms to what he promised you. And if your heart is not right, you will character assassinate him by saying, oh, well, God didn't keep his promise. See, your heart is not right because you don't have patience, which comes from pruning. So tonight, I'm gonna give you the 7, right? When I give you the 7, I'm gonna give you the heart next to it. Then you will know, okay, I'm going through purification. That's the heart that he's gonna give me before. See? So let's start first. Purification. First, I want to talk to you about process. It's important. Process is very important to the Father. The children of Israel, they couldn't just come out of Egypt and go into the promised land. They had to go through wilderness. You have to go through wilderness. There's no escaping it because you don't know what you inherited in Egypt. The Egyptian lifestyle must come out. The scales, the veils. One, you will go through purification by fire. Write that down. Purification by fire. In the end, you will have love and a pure heart. Love for him, love for your neighbor. Purification. 2, sanctification by truth. Grace and mercy. The truth will set you free. That means if you're not sanctified by the truth, you're living a lie. So purification, sanctification. Let me give you the 7 first, and then let's go through them. Purification, sanctification, circumcision. Say, what is circumcision? Where pride don't exist. A circumcised heart, a purified heart, a sanctified heart. It is necessary. Next one. So we have purified, sanctified, circumcised, see, justified heart. Justice. You know what entails those hearts? Kindness, mercy, forgiveness, long suffering. Do you see each process is producing fruits that you must bear in order for him to trust you? Each one is going to bear fruit. Justified, circumcised, sanctified, purified. Cleansing. You have to go through cleansing. 3 more. Pruning. So you get to purification, cleansing, pruning, purging, refining. 7. You cannot skip one because each one produces a heart before he can trust you. He loves you unconditionally, but trust is earned. And you can, it's just like in college, you have to earn your degree, right? Every semester you take how many? You take 30 credits. 15, 15. Or you can't be a sophomore. You are behind. You have to earn your credits. Same thing with the Father in Jesus. It's a school. You have to earn trust. He loves you unconditionally, but trust is earned through test, temptation, tribulation, trials, afflictions. Purification by fire will produce love. Sanctification by truth will produce meekness. See that? Refining. You will be refined by your enemies. Whenever you see people coming against you, insulting you, rejecting you, calling you names, I want to let you know what you're going through. You're going through not only a trial, but you're going through refining. You should write that down so you can pass the test. Look, you have a big brother on the line. I'm your big brother. I'm here to give you the cheat code so you can pass the test. It's easy. Purification by fire. What's it going to produce? That's a test. Whenever he's testing you, you're going through purification. Whenever you're going through trials, you're going through sanctification. It's through people. Test is from God. Trials is from people. But that's refining you so you can be meek and forgiving. Trials is necessary, and he allows offenses so you can exercise forgiveness. Forgiveness is like going to the gym. You got to keep lifting them weights. You got to keep hitting the gym. Forgiveness is, I'm going to tell you right now, the only heart, apart from love, that you must every day exercise is forgiveness. Because Jesus said you must forgive 70 times 7. That's 490 times in a day. Have you been to the gym today of forgiveness? Mm-hmm. It's gym. You're working out your salvation. It's a workout. Forgiveness is working out. So purification by fire produces love. That's a test. Take note. Sanctification by truth. That's trials. People are going to try you. So whether you hide from people or not, you're still going to be tried. Because watch this. There are some people who like to isolate themselves from people. They don't want to be around people. You're going to go through purification. That one is you. Purification, right, has nothing to do with anybody else but him dealing with your heart issues and your identity crisis. It has nothing to do with people or Satan. So you cannot skip, my friends. I'm trying to help someone. People try to run from problems, run from issues. The worst one is your own. You can run from people's own. That's trials. Because when they're going through their test, see, everybody watch this. They're going through their test. They try you. You see that? Always remember this. Don't miss this. Whenever people reject you, call you names, insult you, and whatnot, be merciful, be compassionate, understand something. Yes, Satan is using their weaknesses. They know not what they do. But you also have to understand they are going through a test too. And they don't know how to handle it. So guess what they're doing? They're trying you. They're trying you. So whether you isolate yourself from people or not, you will still be in the fire. Why? Because you need to come out like gold too and have love. Sanctification by truth. You go through trials. Everybody heard that? Circumcision. What's circumcision? Pride. He has to get all pride out of you. So what does he do? He puts you in situations that will manifest your pride. So he can create in you not only a clean heart and renew a right spirit, but humility. So I'm going to read some letters for you. You have to hear this. It's very, very, very important. Justification. What's purging? Purging. Purging is different from pruning. So I'm going to read it for you here so that you will see it. Let's start with soul ties. Y'all want to hear it? Woohoo! There's deep, deeper, deepest. Don't think because you left that relationship or you cut off some people that is not there. How many of you want to hear the truth that will set you free? Oh, yes. Don't think you can move on from relationships with people and not know there's either a soul tie, an entanglement, or an attachment that needs to be broken. First thing Jesus will say, watch this, break fellowship with pride. See, don't write that down. You need to break fellowship with that attachment, with that entanglement, with that soul tie. I'm going to break down each one. What's a soul tie? See, everything is not a demon. No. Some is entanglement. That's the deepest. Soul tie is deeper. Attachment is deep. Let me say it again. Which area are you wrestling with? Flesh, soul, heart. That tells you, don't miss this. Wherever you are feeling the battles, you have an attachment or an entanglement or a soul tie there. Soul ties are deeper. So let's start with soul ties. Okay, let me start with attachment first. Attachment. Things are created to be used. And sadly, men and women use each other for things and benefits, while deep within, they are hurt and broken from past relationships without healing, without love, and without wholeness. What's an attachment? An attachment in a relationship is things that person gave you. So I'm sorry, I need to get on the women a little bit. You see your phone, all the pictures of your exes, you are still attached. All those memories. See, you have left your ex, but you still have possession of things he gave you. You have an attachment. You're not free. If he bought you a phone, you need to give him back the phone to be free. Oh, how many of us really want real deliverance? Not this cuckoo deliverance people talk about. Real deliverance deals with things, souls, minds, hearts, and even body. For Jesus to, he says, you shall know the truth. And the truth will set you. Truth is to set you free, not get you angry. So let's break it down. What is an attachment? This is how you know with a person or a thing you have an attachment. You're not free. And that thing is hindering your relationship with the Lord. So let's start with attachment. Attachment is things. So how are you attached to things that someone gave you? So you say you broke up with that relationship, but the things, the gifts, and the things the person gave you, you still have possession of it. You are possessed by things. You see, there's different types of, I'll break it down. There's depress, there's oppress, there's suppress, there's transgress, there's possess. These are levels of deliverance. Your deliverance will never end until you bear fruits. Depression, suppression, oppression. See that? Regression, transgression. What is all those? Don't miss this. How do I break away from attachments with people? What are the things they gave you that you still have possession of? You have to give it back to them if you want to be really, really, really free. That's just the beginning. Did you know that? Things. That's why God told the children of Israel, all the necklaces and the chains that you got from Egypt, throw it away. He didn't want them taking anything into the promised land that they got from Egypt. Attachment. That's why they built the golden calf. Attachment. They were still attached to Egypt. What attachments do you have? You say, let me finish reading it so you see it. This is where selfishness comes in. What do you bring to the table? Not your heart. It's now a competition to see who is better than the other based on needs, not true happiness and love. So both lust after each other based on things they never had from father or mother to bring to the table, but inside are resentful. These are Jesus' words. Resentful, irritable, secretly hate them, but things make their flesh happy. Break that down again. You see attachment? So you are in a relationship with somebody because of what they can give you. Money, I'm about to give it to you. What are those things? You have an attachment. You don't have a connection. There's a difference between attachment and connection. You are sucking that person's blood like a tick on a dog. That gives demons open doors to use you to destroy that person when you have an attachment with them. Who do you have attachments with? Do you know forgiveness is just the first step? The next step is deliverance. And you watch this. What is deliverance? You have to deliver back those things they gave you. Come on, somebody here. Don't miss this. That means if that person bought me a car, I'm giving their car back because I don't know what demons follow them. You really want deliverance from things and people? Jesus will tell you, give up everything and follow me. Do you know why? You have an attachment and you have an idol. Now, this is going to be hard for some of us because we got some trophies we don't want to give away. Memories with our exes. Memories with you still have it in your phone. Oh, I remember when Chris bought me this. Oh, I miss him. You are possessed. You don't know it. What level is that? You have an attachment. Attachment deals with idols. He got to put you in fire to purify you. See, you got to go through a process. That one, you need fire. Let's break it down again. Attachment is this. Things are created to be used. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like you are being used, you have an attachment. It's not the heart. It's not love. It's things. So you're in a relationship with a man or you're in a relationship with someone because of why I'm getting there. I need to break it down. What's an attachment? An attachment to things. Gifts that they bought you. You have to, everybody, do you know what deliverance is? It's not only deliverance from demons, so deliver back those things they gave you. That's why it says, bind a strong man, watch this, and ransack his goods. Okay, that ex you were with, that you broke up with, have you given him back his goods? Oh, then now he's a strong man in your life. That is why you can't stop thinking about them. You have a mind tie. It's not just, see how deep it is? This is beyond casting out devils. This is the soul, the mind, the will, the emotions. And watch this. You get, everybody, you see attachment. That's just attachment too. We're going to get to entanglement. And then we're going to get to soul tie. Then we're going to get to the rest. What is heart issues? And what's identity crisis? We're going to get to that one. Then we're going to get to wrinkles, blemish, and spots. What is that? Yes, we need to learn this. Do you need deliverance? Oh, man, I got pray with me. I feel like a demon. No, it's not a demon. You have an attachment with an ex. And even though you blocked them, broke off communication, you still have possession of things they gave you. That gives them, watch this, the legal right to come back. That picture, that car, that ring, that video you got on your phone. You still have an attachment. You're not free. Whenever you are there and you think about the person, that is a sign you have a soul tie. You're not free. Soul ties are different from flesh. Flesh is attachment. So let's break it down again. Jesus said, bind the strong man, right? And give him back his goods. Okay. So that relationship broke. The person left. But they still have things they bought you. You still have things they bought you. You're not free. You not only have a soul tie with them from the anger and the bitterness and the unforgiveness from the wrong they did you. That's the soul. But what about the good things they bought you? You want to keep. You still have an attachment with them. You're not free. So how do I break attachments? Everything that person gave me, things. Now let me go there. What Jesus said, things. Things is what he said. What? Yeah, you want to hear this? Watch this. Attachment. He said jealousy, control, and envy is eminent. Food, entertainment, sex, and money are attachments of the flesh and can even become deeper and deepest if not fed. Did you understand that? Okay. I'm in a relationship with a woman, right? Good. And the relationship is only based on food, money, and sex. No heart. There's no love there. What is that? That's a flesh relationship. It's going to lead to corruption. That's an attachment. It's not a relationship. It's not a connection. We are using each other for food, money, and sex. That's an attachment. And the more you feed it, it can cross over from your flesh to now get into your heart. See? So write it down. What is the solution? Truth will set you free. How many of you want to be free from attachments? Look in your garden right now, your phone, your clothes, or whatever you have from that person that they bought you. You got to throw it away. Oh, that's going to be hard, but that's what God told the children of Israel. That's what Jesus tells you when you follow him. Leave everything and follow me. Attachments are idols to your flesh, meaning every relationship that you were in, the things that person gave you, good, bad, or ugly, you must return it back to the sender in order for the soul, the attachment to be broken. Or, I'm telling you the truth, you will be in denial, one, and ignorance. Oh, I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me. That's the worst deception. Is to not know the truth about yourself. And this is what Jesus taught me in my 7-year process. Attachments, soul ties. Entanglements. Deep, deeper, deepest. See? Do you have, we're just talking about deep attachment. Do you have anything in your possession right now from that previous relationship that you still have? If you really want to be free, it's up to you. You have to throw it away or give it back to the person. Or I'm telling you, when it's time for you to move forward and get married, they will return. That ex will return back in your life and you wonder why. Because watch this, not only do you have a soul tie with him or her, you have possession of you are driving his car that he bought you. Sell that car and get a new car. If you don't want any attachments with your past, you have to sell it. You know what the Bible says? Buy the truth and don't sell it. Buy the truth. Why do I need to buy the truth? Because I need to be free and don't sell it. So what do I need to sell? I need to sell those things to be free. Peter left his fishing business to be free, to walk with Jesus. What are you holding on to? It's not in your heart. It's in your it's in your hand. Attachments deal with, see what he said again? Food, entertainment, sex, money are attachments of the flesh. But watch this. The more you feed into it, it can enter your soul and then your heart. Now it's deepest. Now you're not only possessed, you are oppressed and you are transgressing. This is where now your spirit, soul, and body, demons can live in up to 6,000. Somebody may ask a question, as a Christian, which we're really not Christians, but can a Christian be possessed? Yes. One who has the Holy Spirit and fire cannot be possessed, but they can have attachments. Demons can touch you, but you can have attachments. See, you can have entanglements, you can have soul ties. So everybody get attachment. Let's break down attachment again. It's based on things. So you sit down with somebody and you say, okay, this relationship, how's it going to benefit me? See, selfish. Anything done from selfishness is going to lead to attachment. Okay, you know what? Like a gold digger, right? She only wants your money. She don't care about your heart. She wants the money, what you can do for her, but she can't do nothing for you. See, that's an attachment relationship. They are attaching to you and they are draining you financially. They are using you. That's a tick. And many think they are free. They are not free. Everybody right now, look into your phone. Look, what memories are you keeping from those past relationships that you are hurting Jesus and you don't know? Because those are other lovers you are thinking about. It's consuming your mind from thinking for him, thinking about him. It's making you, those attachments is making you think about others than Jesus. That's a veil. What do you have in your possession right now that's an attachment from a previous relationship, an ex? It can even be from family members. You know that, right? Look, every good deed is not kindness from God. It's an attachment. Some people do good for you just to remain attached to you. And you know the worst thing? When Jesus tells you to leave them, because he will, they tell you, oh, you remember, you forgot every good thing I did for you. See? The good and the evil in the tree of knowledge. Attachment is deep. Things are created to be used. People are created to be loved. When it comes to attachment, there's no love. It's things. So you are in relationship with that person because of what they can do for you. Money, food, entertainment. There's no love there. And the root is jealousy, envy, and resentment, Jesus said. See? What is the solution? Return those things the person gave you. What did they give you? You can't let it go? That shows. Watch this. Can we go deep? You don't know what spirits or demons is following that person, right? And they gave you that gift. That gift can come from a demon. No, we're going to break this down very, very well, because human beings, we don't really have discernment if we don't walk with Jesus. We think every good deed and gift a person give us, oh, thank you very much. But you don't know if it's blood money. You don't know if that person have sold their soul to the devil. You don't know what demons that person has. But you just received the gift out of blindness and not knowing. You receiving that gifts, watch this, can be an initiation. You could be initiated through gifts. You don't know how that person got the gift. You don't know what money they use. They could have murdered somebody and stolen the money from them and bought you a gift. Now you are also guilty of blood. You don't know where they got the money from. Do you see how the enemy connects through ignorance? That's why it's not every gift you receive. You must pray over it. What did Paul say? Pray over your food before you eat with the word of God, and it's clean. So here is the truth. Are you free from attachments? Look into your life right now. All previous relationships you had, whether it be friends or relationships, do you still have anything they gave you? That's why you are forgiven, but the bitterness is still there. You're like, why do I keep thinking about this person? Why do I keep having dreams about them? You have things in your possessions from them. That is connecting you to them. It's a flesh tie, not a soul tie. We're about to get to soul ties. Everybody get that one? Attachment. Let's talk about next one, soul tie. That's deeper deliverance. It's hindering your relationship with Jesus. Soul ties. Mind. See, you can't put your mind on Jesus. Will. You can't do his will. Emotions. You're emotionally damaged. Soul tie. It goes for all three. Mind, will, emotions. That's a soul tie. What's a soul tie? It's 3 in 1. Mind, will, emotions. What's attachment? It's your flesh. It's lust of the flesh. See that? But soul tie is your mind, your will, your emotions. 3. So you want to break it down? Let's break it down. Watch this. Men have insecurities. Women have fears because of lack of identity and abandonment and rejection from family and friends. This is how soul ties begin. Look at the root. How does it begin? When you have a soul tie with somebody, if it's a man with a woman, the man has insecurities. If it's a woman, it's fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear. Watch this 3. Love, power. What's the last one? Sound mind. Where's the mind? In the soul. So fear attack your soul. It's the spirit of fear. It attaches itself to your mind, will, emotion. So men and women on the line, watch how soul ties form. The woman has fear. The man has insecurity. Boom, soul tie. That's what I'm going to talk about. Identity issues, identity crisis, and heart issues. It's very important. Oh, what fears do I have that I keep attracting insecure men? You wonder why you keep attracting certain men and certain women? It's you. It's not them. No. What is in you is like a magnet. It attracts. So if you're a woman who have fear, who are you going to attract? You're going to attract insecure men who are going to use you. So what's the difference? Now you have an attachment and man, you don't want to have both. That's why you need this. That's why you need love, power, sound mind. I'm giving you the solutions, not just that. That's just the problem. Fear goes with lies, anxiety. Watch this, and addiction. So when you have a soul tie, you are addicted to that person. And because people don't want to hear the truth, they believe a lie. Oh, I don't have no addiction with nobody, but you are addicted to yourself. That's the worst addiction. Addiction is not clean. So can I break that down again? Fear goes with lies. So if you have fear, detect first, what lie did you receive that's making you have anxiety? Anxiety will make you have addictions, such as sugar. See how it's in chains. Fear, lies, anxiety, addiction. These four soul ties. Let's go. Men have insecurities. Women have fear. Men have jealousy. Women have envy. I'm showing you the root of soul ties. Excuse my language. It's not just being intimate with someone that you get soul tied. No. There can be sexual ties, yes. But I'm talking soul ties. That's the worst one. It's deep. With women, it's emotions. It's will. It's mind. With men, it's heart and mind. You now have it's like you are tied to that person. So, you know what's more dangerous before I read it? Whatever issues in their heart, this is the transfer. This is why it's dangerous. Everybody watch the transfer. Okay, I'm with somebody. They can transfer what they got to me. Men are givers, women are receivers. So women, that man who's interested in you, you have not discerned his heart issues, his soul ties. You haven't discerned none of that. You're just blinded by, oh, I love you. And they're using God to blind you to. And you are falling for it. Where's the wisdom? Where's the understanding? Where's the discernment? And by the time you realize he has given you, watch this, all his heart. That's how relationships become toxic, narcissistic, and victimization. Let me give you a sign. Let me give you signs of soul tie. Arguments. Unhealthy soul ties. God did not put you together to have arguments for peace. Even when there's disagreement, it won't lead to argument. It will lead to peace because it's from God. Let me tell you a sign of soul ties. Arguments is one. Strife, gossip, insecurity. You always want to be in his phone. Who you talking to? See that? You always want to find out if he's cheating. See, fear. You have received a lie. See? Fear and lies because you are insecure. And let me say this, women are not insecure. Men are insecure. So for a woman to be insecure, it was transferred to her by a man. Men don't have fear. If a man has fear, it was transferred to him by a woman. It's a transfer. Do you understand transfer? That's what happens when you have a soul tie. You are exchanging energy. So if she has anger and you never had anger, now you have a soul tie. You start having anger issues. You're like, I'm not an angry person. Where is it coming from? It was exchange, stock market. Certain issues you are going through right now, you got it from someone. It was transferred. It was exchanged. That's why if that man cheats on a woman, everybody take note. There are consequences to actions in relationships. This is what you call deliverance. Not, hey, every demon, I count you out. Okay, when the demon leaves, what's next? You got to deal with the attachments, the soul ties. See that? After the demon leaves, you got to deal with the damage it did. That's the attachments. That's the soul ties. And watch this. If you're a woman and you have fear, do you know demons can bring insecure men your way to destroy you? Man, let me tell you, Jesus told me the first thing is more important is love. He says, second to love is wisdom. Third to wisdom is discernment. You need these three: love, wisdom, discernment. Before I read the letter on soul tie, everybody, do you see the root? This is the root. Soul tie. What's soul? Mind, will, emotions. Men have insecurities, women have fears. So when two of you come together, you exchange it. It's an exchange now. The man is giving, the woman is receiving, and she's giving birth back to the man, multiplying it back to him. Remember, men have 10% love. Women have 10% love without God. All of us on this earth, without Jesus and the Father, we only have 10% love. So when the love is gone, what's next? Use. So let's break it down. So the two connects together out of loneliness. Loneliness is the beginning of soul tie. And needs. And when all their flaws and wrongs come out, especially the man, he plays Mr. Perfect to the woman. To be obsessive, possessive, depressive, aggressive in all ways. Women, this is what you need to be looking for. If he's possessive, aggressive, depressive, obsessive, that's a narcissist. One, playing Mr. Perfect. Two, has the most insecurities. He's going to destroy you. But because of fear of the repercussions of leaving him, you stay. Because you're afraid. So you stay. See what fear do? Fear will make you stay in a relationship that's destroying you. This is how many women get killed by men. You know how it began? It began with obsessive, possessive, depressive, aggressive, playing Mr. Perfect by hiding insecurities. You need Jesus. Women need discernment. Men need discernment. Discern what they call red flag. I don't call it red flag. I call it demons. Because if you have spiritual eyes, you see it's not a red flag. It's not only a character flaw. It's demons behind it. Because they are out to steal, kill, destroy. Our battle is different from the world. We don't wrestle against flesh and it's not the person's flesh and blood you are fighting and their behavior and their flaws. Spirit is behind it too. Everybody, you get it? When the hurts wound your heart, soul, and mind, caused by the wounds done to you, are not healed, you are bound in a prison called fear, or in a jail cell called shame, guilt, condemnation, which leads to anger, bitterness, unforgiveness. Do you see? Soul ties can carry a lot of heart issues, such as anger, bitterness, unforgiveness. Let me tell you what you start doing when you have a soul tie. You start isolating yourself from people because you fear being hurt. Now you are damaged, not destroyed, damaged from the wounds caused by that man or woman. And let me say something. When you are wounded, it's when you are very vulnerable. Vulnerable to dogs. If you're a woman and you have been wounded by a man, you are at your most vulnerable place, because you either, if you are strong, you run to Jesus, or you rebound. The rebound, see, watch this. The first one who wounded you killed you. The next man coming will destroy you. That's how the enemy works. Steal you, kill you. You don't heal, the next one coming will destroy you. Look, these relationships and events are arranged by the enemy. If you don't have discernment, they are arranged. Why do I keep attracting the same men who just use me? It's not them, oh. It's something in you in common with them that keep them coming like dogs. They are thirsty for your soul. You realize if you're a woman, you only have a certain type of men. That's also a soul tie. You know that, right? Your type is your trap. Yes. Your type, the type of men that you are interested in, is your trap. Because Jesus will not give you your type. Your eyes. It's called the lust of the eyes. Your type is lust of the eyes. Do you understand? It's the window to your soul. The eye is the window to the soul. So women or men, what your eyes look at, that's not the eyes of Jesus. It's eyes of lust of the eyes. And the eye is the window to the soul tie. So most of the types that you like are soul ties too. Because of the condition of your eyes. You have logs, you have specks in your eye. Jesus says, take the logs and the specks out of your eyes. The men and the women that you are looking at, that you are interested in, is your trap. What is the church teaching? Wrong. Oh, come to God, tell God what you're looking for in a man, and get out of here with that teaching. You are setting the people up for distraction. No, they need deliverance in their soul. They need the scales and the veils to come off their eyes. Then they can see the way God sees who they need. Oh, but God will give me the desires of my heart. But your heart is desperately wicked and deceitful. So God is going to give you that desire? Who lied to you? Oh, God will give me the desires of my heart. But the Bible says the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful. So God's going to give you a desire that's desperate? Do you see how we manipulate scriptures to manipulate God? No, my friends. That's a lie. He will not give you the desires of your heart. No, he will put his desire in your heart to give to you. This is why we go into relationships, disappointment. You know why? Because you have expectations that's not from God. You have a list. It's all attachments. This world is attachment. There's no connection. There's no real love. Only Jesus is love. So any relationship you see without Jesus is false evidence appearing real, or false emotions appearing real. It's still fear. They look good on the outside, but on the inside, you know how God sees it. Who lied to us, my friends? Some of us, can I be honest? A lot of people in the church pray witchcraft prayers to God. It's all flesh. You have a list of the type of man you're looking for. Oh, let me tell you about the prayer line. Okay, not yet. In time. Mm-hmm. You write a list of the man you want or woman you want, and you bring it to God. God, I want a man who is 6'5". That's flesh. Height won't take you to heaven. Height will not make you holy. Height will not make you please God. Oh, I want a man who makes 6 figures. 6 figure won't take you to heaven. As a matter of fact, that man you are asking for 6 figures, a lot of women are attracted to the man you want. Are you ready for jealousy? Are you ready for envy? You're going to be more insecure with that man that you are asking for because you can't keep that man. You said, talk to me more about it. Let's look at the height of selfishness, the height of selfish ambition, the height of self-promotion. You are asking God to give you a 666 man, right? 6 figures, high value man, right? But that high value man attracts many women. Many women want what you want. Can you protect it? So now you are, every moment you are insecure. You are controlling. You are controlling. Everything he do, you are going to control because of fear of losing him to other women. That's Jezebel. So many are praying Jezebelic prayers in marriage. Lord, give me a man who's after your heart. Really? A man after his heart? You know other women want that too? So why should God give it to you? Do you see flesh getting into most of our prayers? Why should God give you that man you're asking for? It's not because you're not worthy. You're not ready. Watch this. For the attacks, the temptations, and the jealousy that will come to you because other women want what you have. You're not ready for it. You are not ready for what you're asking. I'm not saying he won't give it to you, but are you ready? Was it prey from the flesh or was it his will? Do you want his will or you want your flesh? That's the key. One of my friends called me from Miami crying. Oh, I thought he was a man after God's heart. In the beginning, but the moment I married him, he turned into a monster. I got out of the marriage in 2 months. I said, why didn't you call me in so we can pray together and discern? Oh, I thought he was a man of God. See, your thoughts. You're always thinking, I thought. Call someone who is close to the Father and Jesus to get more discernment, more wisdom, more counsel before you make a move of such. Now you've married. It'll be hard for you to remarry if the Father don't show you mercy. And one day I'll talk about that because there's a lot of things going on in the church that's not from God. That marrying and remarrying, and people are marrying 6, 7, and they're saying, oh, God's, which God? No. It's a lie. It's adultery. It's different if you were in a relationship and either your husband died or your wife died, or that marriage you were in, God separated it to bring you the one he has for you. But I'm telling you, all of you right now, there is a deception in the church going on that people are marrying and remarrying and calling it God. Which kind? Which God? It's not the Father. It's not Jesus. And now they want to introduce polygamy. One man can marry 2 women because women are too much on earth, so the man should have 7 in the church. Yeah. That's deception, my friends. You must seek the Father and Jesus' approval before you marry. Or when you stand before him, your marriage will not be approved because you married out of fear, age, peer pressure, false love. Everybody, you see what's going on? The enemy is pushing many people into marriages that's not from God. I'm telling the truth. Look at the fruit. You cannot judge by appearance. That means you cannot judge by what appears on the outside. You are looking at you're looking at, oh, that wedding was But you, man, my friends, Jesus Christ, we need Father in Jesus in our generation. We need them. We need their heart. We need their eyes to see the way they see. Yeah. I said, why didn't you call me? Oh, I thought he was a man of God. See, I thought we were praying together. The moment you married him, he became a monster. And she left South Carolina to come to Florida. Run. Why are people rushing into marriage these days? No deliverance. See? No healing. No truth. No standard of holiness and righteousness. We do as we please and call it God. No. The church needs deliverance. Not casting out of devils. No. Truth that will set them free. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going about soul tie. But you see how soul ties form? It starts with loneliness. And then if you're a woman, you have fear because of fear of being lonely, or fear of failure, or fear of rejection, or fear of abandonment. That's different fears. Fear of not being worthy. I don't think I'm beautiful enough. That's false humility. Guess what you're going to attract? As a man think, so is he, right? The way you think is who you are, and that's who you're going to attract. So if you have fear and you have not asked Jesus to stop fear and give you love, power, sound mind, you're going to attract an insecure man who will dominate you, intimidate you, control you, and leave you dying. Because he's a narcissist. You know who a narcissist is? They have multiple women with you. And they know how to hide it from you. But you don't know because you are blinded by I love you. No. Get the plugs out of your ear and hear from God. Show me who this man is. Don't be desperate because he's your type. Your type is your prison. I said your type is your prison, no? Yes, that's 6'6". All those things we like in a person. Most are flesh. You realize it's for selfish. It's what I like. It's not what God like. We need to change our language. What does God like in a woman? I like it. What my Father loved in a woman is what I love. What Jesus loved in a woman is what I love. That's right. Because his way is pure. But if you go about saying, oh, this is what I like, and you think God's going to give you what you like, you have a soul tie with what you call addictions. It's because the root is fear, lies, anxiety. But do you see how addictions are formed? Maybe you are addicted to sugar or whatever you are addicted to. I'm showing you the root. The root is fear, false evidence appearing real, or false emotions appearing real, or false entanglements appearing real. They appear real. Now you are irritated and resentful. And people who are, people who want to see you fall will advise you to stay and work it out. See, watch this. Soul ties is dangerous. You know why? Watch this. You get in a relationship with someone and then you call your family or your friends and they tell you, oh no, stay in a relationship and work it out. Those people who are giving you the advice are snakes. Oh, stay in that marriage and work it out. Get out. That's what I'll tell you. That's what Jesus will tell you. Get out. Because you don't see the end. If most of those women who are being killed lately would have listened to godly counsel, they would have got out before time or lost their life. Stop trying to work out relationships that's only producing corruption, destruction, fear, stress. Is those fruits of the Father or the flesh? Get out of Babylon. Get out of Egypt. Get out of that relationship before you lose your life and your children have to suffer because of wrong decision, wrong choices. See, selfish choices affect many. We stubbornly go into relationships. Stubbornness is also addiction. Stop listening. See, listen to what Jesus said here. Let me say it again. He says, when the hurt wounds your heart, soul, and mind caused by the wrongs done to you are not healed, you are now bound in a prison called fear, or in a jail cell. So, wow, some relationships you in prison, some relationships you in jail. You're not free. You are fear of failure, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. You are afraid this person will leave you for somebody else because of how you look. You're looking at your body. Man, fear is dangerous. See, when you have fear, you are in prison. Or if you have shame, guilt, condemnation, which leads to anger, bitterness, and unforgiveness, you are in jail. Everybody get it? So now that you are in jail, watch this. You are in jail. Soul tie is a jail. It's a jail sentence. Or it can be a prison sentence. It can take decades. Watch this. Watch this. Now you are irritated. Do you know why you are irritated in that relationship? You are in prison. Resentful. Do you know why you are resentful? You are in prison. Or people who want to see you fall will advise you to stay in that relationship and work it out. What kind of therapy is that? You go to the therapists or you go to counseling and they tell you, oh, both of you have things in common, so you need to work it out. You know, there's problems. My friend, don't come to me as a prophet. I'll tell you the truth. Get out. What if? There is no what if. You don't see your end. You are trying to work something out because your soul is tired. That's why it's hard for you to get out. It's hard for you to leave that relationship because you have a soul tired. So you want to work it out. You know how many people, I'm humbly speaking with boldness tonight. You know how many people the Father has sent to me to counsel? They didn't listen. What happened to them? I told them, get out of that relationship. One is in prison right now. Slashed his tires, shut up his car in Houston. Come on. One man of God, I went to his wedding. You know what he told me before the wedding? God told him the day before the marriage, that's not your wife. And he still went on with the marriage. The rest, I won't talk about it. I had a dream. Please. Yeah. The enemy is working. Without Jesus, we are done. Without mercy, we are making decisions without him. Don't go into a relationship with expectation. Go with Jesus. Stop making plans that don't involve him. Stop going on dates that don't involve him. You might not come back home. One mom called me. No, Shamika called me from Orlando. You know, you're my prophet. What's going on? My cousin went out with a guy and she hasn't been home for 5 days. Prophet, what do I do? Immediately, I saw a vision. He took her to New Mexico while we're talking. Took her to, Holy Spirit said, he has taken her to New Mexico to kill her and sell her organs. But let's pray for the police to intervene. You see why you need, sometimes you need a prophet who can see to save, not a psychic. The police got him. Thank God the police rescued her. Arrested him. Rescue her. Ashamika, where y'all find these men at? Prophet, I don't know. They be coming out with, no. You are opening the door for them. Where do you find these men at these days? That want your life. Thank Jesus for, that's why I love the prophetic. It's not for entertainment. It's for salvation. It's for healing. It's for deliverance. It's not to entertain people with it. Life and death situations. Oh, there's many more, my friends, I can share with you. What I'm trying to tell you is, please, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. We don't fear God, so we don't have wisdom. And then we end up blaming God when something goes wrong. Oh, I thought this is the man you showed me. No. You have a soul tie with your type. And let me tell you something. When you have a soul tie with your type, you will have soulish dreams. Can I say something again? Soulish dreams. You know what they are? It's not from God. Watch this. Soulish dreams come from your mind, your will, and your emotions. What you have been putting your eyes on the most, you are now seeing in your dreams. It's not from God. So soulish dreams are even more dangerous because you would think it's from God, but it's from your soul. Mind, will, emotions. A dream that's from God is pure, it's clean. Everybody, do you see it? Watch this. Now you are irritated, resentful, and people who want to see you fall will advise you to stay and work it out. Listen to what Jesus said. Danger and disaster. So he called it. Because you can't forgive and move on, you are now in a tie or chains. You can't boldly get up and move on because the person is controlling, manipulating, and threatening your life with your weaknesses and secrets, or to openly spread lies and rumors about you. So because out of fear, confusion, and double-mindedness, you stay and suffer till you lose it all. You see what's going on? This is soul tie. Everything you're hearing right here, that's soul tie. Men or women who are controlling, intimidating, threatening you, or if you leave me, I'll call the police, that's a soul tie. Those arguments, those fights you're having, that's soul tie. It's deeper. You can't just move on. You don't just need prayer. You need Jesus himself to step in. Soul ties is not only cut, the fellowship must be broken. The fellowship must be what? Broken for you to be free. You may say, man of God, how do I know I'm free? You're no more having dreams about that person. That's the first step. Spiritually, you're no more seeing the person in dreams. Naturally, let's come to now naturally. Naturally. Oh, can someone please mute that person, please? Naturally. Watch this. You are forgiven. You have healed. And when you see the person, It's as if they never did anything wrong to you, and you see them like a soul that's going to hell that need prayer. That's how you know you are free from a soul tie. And let me say this one also for everybody. God will never bring somebody from your past to marry you. Satan will bring people from your past to marry you. Your destiny is in the future. God says, the plans I have for you is good, not evil, to give you what? Unexpected end, future. That means your marriage and your destiny is in the future, not your past. There is no one in the Bible that God brought somebody from their past to marry them. But it's happening in the church. Oh, man of God, you know, my high school crush came back in my life. Immediately I hear that Holy Spirit, I see traffic lights, like in a vision. The red going off. Red, 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 red. Okay, I'm quiet because I know Holy Spirit, but I'm listening. Red, red, red. I know danger, 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 danger. Stop, stop, stop. But I'm waiting for them to finish. I love how Holy Spirit speaks when people are speaking. Be quiet and listen. Be slow to speak, quick to listen. Somebody from your past, you are saying God brought them back? No. Satan want to use your past to make you fail. Let me say this again. Anybody from your past that comes back and is showing you false changes to their character is fear. False evidence appearing real. God said, the thoughts I have for you is good, not evil. If that person did you evil, what makes you think is from God? That's why we need to be rooted and grounded in the word. The word is our discernment. Your future, which is God's plan for you, your marriage is in the future. That means it's going to be somebody your eyes have not seen, your ears have not heard. He said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart the things God is preparing for those who love him. That marriage God is preparing for you, your eyes haven't seen the person. Your ears have not heard the person. So what makes you think God the Father will bring somebody from your past whom your eyes saw, your ears heard? No, that's Satan. Now they're coming back to destroy you so you can curse God and die. Beware. Everybody hear that? As she was talking, oh, man of God, this guy, you know, I was praying and my high school crush was in my inbox. I feel God is saying, which feeling? See, I have to talk bold like this because the enemy is playing with our destiny and our purpose. Which feeling? Feelings are not truth. Faith is what pleases God, not feeling. I feel. I says, wait. Some people, you have to interrupt them because the lies is becoming truth to them. Wait. God don't speak to your feelings. That's a feeling of a soul tie. Your high school crush liked you in high school, but now it's a trap. Everybody, do you see how the enemy is playing games, checkers with us? Anybody from your past, the reconciliation will be for friendship. The reconciliation might be for salvation. Maybe that person needs to forgive. You have forgiven and moved on, but they haven't forgiven. So now that they are ready to forgive, God will allow them to come back in your life to forgive so they can move on. All forgiveness is not reconnection. Some forgiveness is for healing to move on. Soul tie, danger, disaster. That's what Jesus said. Watch this. That's a soul tie in the soul and mind. If those ties are not broken, or if those wounds are not healed, or completely cured by either what the man or woman did, you are bound to stay. This is where mixture takes place. Both the man and the woman inherit each other's character. And even if they move on without healing, they will take it into the next relationship and destroy the next person. So can you see, if you don't heal from a soul tie and you move on to the next relationship, you are going to destroy the person who don't deserve to go through what you are putting them through, because you don't want to forgive the one. Man, we need the Father and Jesus. All of us on the line, we need Jesus and the Father. That's why intimacy with them. They will put you in the right time, the right season, with the right person, in the right heart, doing the right things for His glory. And when you don't have a relationship with the Father and Jesus, you'll be in the wrong place, wrong time, making the wrong decisions, wrong choices, wrong men and wrong women around you, and the end is death or hell. You see soul tie? While attachment is the leaf, soul tie is the branch of a tree. Have you seen the brown branches? Those are soul ties. If you see leaves falling, those are attachments to the tree is falling. But the worst one is the next one I'm about to tell you, entanglement. But do you see why God will make you a promise and He won't bring it to pass right away? Because you don't know how deep or deeper or deepest your surgery is. And until He's finished with you, in you, through you, for you, by you, you have to wait. Or just as you lost everything because of that relationship, you will lose everything He gave you because of your soul condition. If He give you money right now, you want to go on Instagram and show off all your cars. You want to go on, I don't understand. You want to go on Facebook and show off your new husband. That's pride. Why do you want to show off your husband and your wife on Facebook for everybody to know? You are attracting unnecessary warfare and battle. Keep things hidden until it blossoms. Can I say it again? I had to call this woman of God today. I said, woman of God, why are you showing your husband on Facebook? You are attracting unnecessary wars and battles from witches who are watching you. Hide it like a baby until it's time. Thank God she listened. But the first time she did it, the man left. Stop putting your information on social media. You are attracting unnecessary wars and battles. Wisdom, profit, direction. If God shows you your husband or your wife, or He does anything for you, hide it until He tells you it's time to testify. I know many who have posted and have been posted in the jail. Wisdom. Why do you want to show off? That shows you're not ready. You want to show the whole world, hey, this is my husband. This is my wife. I give you 6 months. You won't last. Learn how to hide what God gives you. When the baby is born, the doctor tells you, keep the baby in for 21 days. When your miracle comes, hide it until God says it's time. When now you can maintain it, or you lose the baby He give you. Wisdom. How many want to hear about entanglement? That's the deepest one. Now that the man or the woman is possessive, aggressive, obsessive, regressive, depressive, Jesus. You see, everybody, you see that? Entanglement. Possessive, aggressive, obsessive, regressive, depressive, suppressive. Oh, you will know it. If you leave me, I'll kill you. Fear. Where you gonna go? Your phone, they've taken from you. This is how you know you're an entanglement. The person is controlling your every movement. It's called monitoring spirit. They monitor your Facebook, your phone, even the food that you buy. You are in slavery. That's an entanglement. This woman called me for counseling. She said, man of God, I've been done violent by men so much that now violence is a turn on. She said she's attracted to men who are violent. I said, see? She just said, that's entanglement. She needs deliverance. She said, violence turned her on. Hey, Bruce, violence is the devil. You see, when you're not healed, you attract what has been done to you. That's why it's better to be single and healed than to be damaged and move on. Or you'll be damaging other men or women. And those souls will be, their blood will be on your hand. So be patient. Everybody, do you see what's an entanglement? How do you know you are in an entanglement relationship? The man or the woman is possessive, aggressive, obsessive, regressive, depressive. Either, let's say I'm in a relationship with a woman. If one of you is always depressed, don't miss this. If one of you is always depressed, that's an entanglement. It means, let's say I'm the man and she's the woman, she's depressed. I'm the one causing it because I'm the one controlling her. If both of you are depressed, then you know the devil is controlling both of you. Depression leads to stress. They stress you out. Watch this. And they use your kindness and your compassion to keep you in the web of all manner of flesh, selfish ambitions, and lusts. Did y'all hear that? They know you are kind. They know you are compassionate. They know the good in you. So they use your good to do evil to you. It's the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's entanglement. That's what happened to Eve. She got entangled with a snake. All three happened in the garden. Attachment, soul tie, entanglements. Everybody see that? Can I say that again? This is how you know you are in an entanglement. I've heard many women say this. They use my kindness for weakness. Yes, entanglement, my friend. They know the good in you. They see the good in you. Guess what they do? They use it to keep you in an entanglement. See, they have possessed your good traits and they are controlling you with the evil in them. They play petty party with your emotions because they know exactly how to get into you because you are in fear of losing. Knowing they are causing you the damage, you stay in it with false security and false hope that they will change. How many of you have been in those situations? You have hope the person will change in spite of the damage they're doing to you. You are in an entanglement. It's not real. It's not a connection. You are in threefold: seduction, deception, corruption. You see the type of deliverance we need? It's not just praying. No, truth that will set you free from the deception and blindness of love. I'm sorry, lust. Everybody, you see it? They falsely, watch this, they don't change for God. They falsely change for you to keep you damaged. They falsely change. Hey, how does somebody, Jesus, how does somebody falsely change? Fear, false evidence appearing real. Fear is more deadly than offense. They falsely change for you to make you think, oh, there is hope, but it's false hope. Everybody, do you see the disguise? Entanglement is the deepest, is the worst, because it's mixture of good and evil, right and wrong. Today they'll do you right and you are all happy. Tomorrow they'll beat you up. Oh, you saw what happened on Facebook? The woman got caught cheating. The man wanted to leave. She locked the door, shot him right in front of her mother. See, entanglement, possessive. It's not just men doing to women. Women are doing to men. Possessive, controlling, intimidating. The end. Oh, why should I let you leave? You are a good father to my child's father. I cry for some men too, the good ones. You know why? You get with a woman who has a child, and now you have to take care of the child, and the baby father of that child will take care of him. So now you are trapped. And now she's cheating because she knows you're a good father. Hey, guys, you see the scenario? It's sick, it's demonic. Now the man want to leave, can't leave. Papa, live on Facebook. Innocent man, dead because of an insecure woman. So it goes both ways, not just the man or the woman. Can I say that again? They know exactly how to get into you. And because you fear losing, knowing they are causing you damage, you stay in it with false security and false hope that they will change. They don't change for God. They falsely change for you to keep you damaged beyond repair, so no other person finds you attractive or worth being with. Have you ever heard a man or woman tell you, you're never going to find nobody like me? They're going to damage you before you leave. So nobody finds you attractive, and then you're going to find your way back to them. That's an entanglement, my friends. To break fellowship with that. That's beyond Jezebel. That's Satan. It's slavery. Can I say it again? Everybody heard that part again? They falsely change for you to keep you damaged beyond repair. So no other person finds you attractive or worth being with. This leads to isolation. This is why past relationships keep coming back to finish what they started. Damage control. I love how Jesus teach. Damage control? What is that? That's entanglements, especially if children are involved. Now, the woman is blind and the man is deceived. See? Because of the children. When children are involved, damage control. If you're a woman on the line, don't let no man make you feel because you have children, you're not going to find somebody else. Father has somebody greater for you. That's right. The Father has someone greater for you. You don't have to settle because of your children. No. Entanglements are the worst. Let me tell you, entanglements is the worst one. Because there is good and evil in it. It's mixture. One day they are good, they have a bipolar syndrome. One day they are lovey-dovey and the love of my life. The next day, he's your Satan. So they'll have you confused. Chaos, disorder. That's entanglement. There's more. Can you see, without the Father and Jesus, we are done? This is what Jesus taught me by grace during the 7-year process. There's more. So let me read this one. You ready? Check this list. He called it laundry list. Fear, pride, jealousy, judgment, anger, laziness, greed, gluttony, lust. These are wrinkles in your dress. So how many of us want to know what are wrinkles? What are spots in our clothes? Many will be clean and pure, and my mercy will finish the work. Denying yourself is the first step to being clean. What others do to you, they do to me. What will I do in return? Love is the answer. I want you to meet me face to face without spots, wrinkles, or blemish in your wedding clothes. No corruption, no pollution, no defilement, no contamination. Only pure and clean. Ask me for a new, clean, and pure heart, as well as white garments. Put on the tree of life as the garden of love. Put on holiness, righteousness, charity, humility, meekness. This will dress and keep your heart. Ask me for these garments. Now, everybody watch this. Let me break down what is a spot, what is a blemish, and what is a wrinkle. I'm telling you the truth. If you have these three, you're going to attract wrong relationships. Have you ever heard people say, misery love company? People who are offended, they always get around people who are offended. Because they can relate. Oh, we can relate. Yeah, girl, we got church hurt. I see people like that. They have a lot of wrinkles. Church hurt is wrinkles. So let's break down each one. We've talked about entanglement, soul tie, and what? And attachment. Let's break down these three: spots, blemish, and wrinkles. So you'll be like, okay, I need to watch for that. Okay, that's going to be a wrinkle. No. Discernment. Ready? A spot is something you allow to defile you. Something maybe you watched, you shouldn't have watched. Something you said, you shouldn't have said. A feeling you engage in, you should have rejected and resisted. My blood will clean those spots. I love how Jesus, when he tells you something, and then he gives you the solution. He said, when you have spots, ask for my blood to clean you. So everybody write that down. If you have spots, maybe you cursed. Don't worry, we are human. We make mistakes. But what you do after is what's more important. You know, it says cleanliness is next to holiness. Well, we want to be clean, right? We want to be clean, we got to use the blood. But take note, what is a spot? Something you said you shouldn't have said. A feeling you engage in, you should have rejected and resisted. My blood will clean those spots. Everybody get it? So may the blood clean our spots. That's deliverance. The blood will deliver you from spots. That's how the enemy spots you. See? The blood is powerful, but you got to use it. You know how the enemy spots people? He look at the spots on their clothes. Remember Joshua, he had on filthy garments? Take note. Spots. So when you put on the blood, there ain't no spots on you. He can't spot you. Woohoo! See, the blood is powerful. Next one, blemish. It's an indication of an inner contamination in the spirit. It comes up when something is not right on the inside. It could be an attitude. Yeah. You got ready for this one? All attitudes are blemish. So it says it could be an attitude that contaminates everything you do, like anger. So let's break down what are blemishes. Anger, bitterness, selfishness, fear, insecurity, retaliation. See? You know, when you get angry, you mess up everything. See, that's how it is. Blemish, right? It's one attitude that can destroy it all, like offense. It can uproot your tree. It can, look, offense can mess up your garden. Like it's one fruit. It's one bad fruit. It says a corrupt tree cannot bear good fruit. It's one bad fruit that spoils the whole vine. That's what a blemish is. So if you have anger, what will happen? You're going to cause the storm. That's what we need. Jesus said, what's the answer? He said, my mercy and my love will purify you. So what do you need for that? You need mercy and love. See? And when you have mercy and love, you're not quick to anger. You're not selfish. So you're not going to have fear. You're not going to have insecurities. You'll be content. Come on, you're not going to retaliate when people call you names. You're going to be merciful. So I say, spot is humility. Blemish is meekness. That's the heart you must have so that you don't have no blemish. Wrinkle. Everybody get it now? Wrinkle? I don't want to have no wrinkles on my clothes. Come on. Wrinkle is formed by a long-standing habit or disordered behavior. So something that you've been battling with for a long time, like, man, how long? That's a wrinkle. What is that thing you've been fasting and praying about that it seems not to go away? It's a wrinkle. It's not fasting and praying. That's not the answer. The answer Jesus said is, my truth will set you free. And so you need truth. Everybody see it? Spots, blemish, wrinkles. So tonight, which one? Everybody, now that you've heard them all, you've heard about attachments, entanglements, soul ties. Which one do you need to come into prayer today? So that when the harvest come, man, I don't want no attachments, entanglements when the blessing come. Come on, you want to be completely free. Free from soul ties, free from entanglements. It's a whom the Son sets free is free indeed. Jesus can completely set you free, but let him work on you. Allow him to work on you. Go to the hospital. Say, Jesus, show me the symptoms of my heart. Show me the symptoms of my soul. And he will tell you the laundry list. He told me mine. And I was very dirty, very filthy. But he's willing to put you in the dryer and wash you clean. That's mercy. Are you willing to come to Jesus and let him show you if you have attachments or soul ties? It's better to hear the truth now than to hear it later. So which ones? This is what's hindering us from having that intimacy with him. We might have soul ties with something, attachment to something, entanglement with something. Remember what attachment is. If you don't want to have a soul tie with somebody, give back those things they gave you. If I'm in a relationship with a woman and she bought me a car and we broke up, I'm giving her the car back. I don't want nothing you gave me in common with you. Because I don't know if you're going to enter witchcraft when you leave. See? The enemy, Jesus said, the enemy is coming and he has nothing in common in me, in common with him. You don't want anything with you or in you in common with that person. Give it back or sell it. That's going to be hard for women, especially. But you have to do it. I'm sorry, women. It's easy for men to move forward. Except the ones who are not emotionally strong. It's easy for men, not boys, to move forward. Forgive and move on. Mm-hmm. Women can do it too, but it's going to take maturity. Be meek and forgiving. So what do you have in your possession that person gave you? That's part of the reason why you can't stop thinking of them. You say, man, about forgiving them. Why? Because you have something they gave you that is possessing you. Is it the car they bought you? That's going to be a hard one. What are you going to do? Sell it and buy a new one. Hey, I want to be free. If you want to be free, you got to do what you got to do. Some part is you. Jesus will do 50%, but there's some other parts you have to do. You have to cooperate with him, co-labor with him for your deliverance. Mm-hmm. So, which ones tonight do you want the Father and Jesus to touch? And say, Lord, circumcise my heart. See? Purify my heart. Refine my heart. You see? That's why process is important. People don't want to go through process, but they don't know the depths of these. Oh, what God has for me is for me. Nope. That's not true. If you don't allow him to work on your heart, he will give it to somebody else. You say, what do you mean? Okay. Let me send Corey, if you are there, let me send you this letter. Let me send you this letter so you can read it for the people of God. See? People think, oh, what God has for me is for me. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. Many are called, few are chosen. He can call you to it, but that don't mean he's going to choose you for it. The chosen must go through a process. No. Mm-hmm. Corey, I'm sending you this. Can you please? Corey, are you there?
Yes, I'm here already.
Mm-hmm. Let me send you this one. Please read it for the sons and daughters of the Father on the line so they can read out loud. Man of God, please.
I choose people to do some specific tasks. It is true that I desire to work through people. I choose people to do some specific tasks. Should you be choosing to do a task and you be disobedient, I will give you time to repent.
Mm-hmm.
But if I see that you are not going to do it, to do my will, I will remove the task from you and give it to another.
Uh-huh. One second, Corey. One second. Did everybody hear that? If Jesus chooses you to do something and you don't do it, he give you time to do it. You don't do it, he's going to take it from you and give it to somebody else. So don't think God can take your husband and your wife and give to somebody else. That's what I'm saying. What you think is for you, oh, what God has for me is for me. That's not true. Your disobedience can make you lose it. And we are teaching that watered down teaching in the church. That's watered down compromising. no reverence for the father. He requires obedience. Oh, what God has for me is for me. I hear a lot of, especially when I go to some women conferences, I be crying. Oh, yeah, my husband coming. So which husband? Which husband? Not with a disobedient spirit. Which husband? No, 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 no. The father requires obedience, faithfulness. That's his son, not your husband. And if he give you a task to marry that man, or man, he give you a task to marry that woman, and you don't obey what he put in you for that woman who you call your wife, you take care. Task is relationship, ministry, marriage. That's why it says what God put together, let no man. I mean, if he put it together, he can separate it. It's for a purpose. And if one of you, see, God can call both of you, husband and wife. But if one of you begin to start being disobedient and unfaithful, he will give you time and space to repent. If you don't, he's coming to judge and separate. Because salvation is more important than marriage. That person's soul is more important than marriage. Corey, go read it again so the people of God can hear the voice of the Father. If the Father give you a task and you don't do it, what will happen?
I will remove that task from you and give it to another.
I'll give it to another.
I will also give your authority and blessings to another.
Hey, Corey, wait a minute. Say that again, my friend. Can you please say it out loud? Read it out loud.
I will also give your authority and blessings to another.
I will also give your what, Corey? Your authority and blessing
to another.
So what are they teaching in the church, Corey? What God has for me is for me. That's a lie. That blessing is not for you if you're disobedient. Oh, God about to bless me with my husband. Which husband? Obedience, faithfulness, humility, integrity, loyalty. When God see that heart, boom, he won't take it from you. What happened to Job and his wife? God took Job from her. God took from Saul and gave to David. Can you see? Many are teaching a father and God they don't know in the church. Many. Hey, everybody raise your hand. What God has for you is for you. Yes, Lord, I receive it. Which kind? If I'm there, I say, put your hands down. Which kind? There's royal protocol to the kingdom. Jesus commands obedience to receive this. If you're not obedient, it's not yours. So don't raise your hand. We need to be teaching the full counsel of God. Stop pampering people's flesh or itchy ears. What's itchy ears? What you tell people what they want to hear. Hey, what God has for you is for you. Everybody raise your hand. Receive your blessing. But you left not blessed. Oh, come on now. No. The rain don't come without dark clouds. Corey, please go ahead.
When I call someone and they are not obedient, after a while, that person slows down and draws out a process that has consequences for many people. It can actually mean life or death for another person, yet you do not know it.
You don't know this.
Therefore, when I call you to a task or to obedience, do it in the time I say, and not in the time you feel like.
Corey, say that again.
Do it in the time I say, not in the time you feel like.
Do it in the time I tell you, not when you feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm sending you another one. Read this. Read the second one too. You done with that one? No, you finish that one, then read the second one, please.
For immediately act of obedience can change many lives.
Yes.
You can't frustrate me with your passivity.
Mm.
Therefore, rise up when I speak and do so. Do as I command.
Do as I command.
For I will indeed bless you if you are faithful and obedient to my voice.
Mm.
Be wise, choose my perfect will in my perfect time.
Everybody see that? Corey, say that last part again.
Be wise and choose my perfect will in my perfect time.
Everybody heard that? Perfect will, perfect time. So just because God reveals something to you, that don't mean it's the perfect time. You in his will, but it's not yet time. So be wise. Corey, read the second one for us.
I am serious when I call you to do something.
I am serious when I call you to do something. Go ahead.
I will bless your obedience if I ask you to do something.
Mm.
If you neglect or ignore my word, I sin, I will remove your anointing.
Hey.
Authority.
Corey, no.
Mm.
Some things you gotta.
If you neglect or ignore my word, I will send, I will remove your anointing, authority, and kingship.
Oh, wait a minute, Corey.
Mm.
So some people say, oh, I'm anointed. Which anointed? God can remove your anointing, your kingship, and authority. Ask Saul. So how many right now? Hey, Father, have mercy. That's why I love intimacy. That's right. Because you can be fired. Everybody see that? He'll remove what, Corey?
Your anointing, authority, and kingship.
Those three are important. Don't move forward yet. Anointing, kingship, authority. You are finished. Authority, see that? Kingship, you are finished. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And I will give it to someone else.
I will give it to someone else. So don't stop listening to people saying, oh, what God has for me is for me. Oh, hey, God show me my husband. You know, which kind? He will give it to somebody else.
Who does love me.
Who does love me.
And who is obedient to me.
That's it.
For my Davids will receive double the portion because I have removed the anointing, authority, and kingship from the Sauls.
Mm.
For the Sauls listen to and obey people. My Davids listen. My Davids listen to and obey me. Take heed to the warning. Be serious with me. When I call you on, and answer will determine what you will reap in eternity.
In eternity. Wow. Everybody, amen. Everybody, do we see? So we don't want no Sauls. We want David. We want to be after his heart. So tonight it's almost 12. It's almost 12. Before we want to touch and agree tonight, each and every one of you on the line. As you open your line, mention which one out of the three. Okay. I have attachments, I have entanglements, or I have discern which one before we touch and agree tonight. Because we're going to make a decree that from May to August, because of our faithfulness and obedience to the Father, the rain, the rainbow, and the glory in the harvest after Passover. See, it's after Passover. So we've already received a Passover, but we need to keep our Passover. Keep it. So we want to open the Zoom now. If there's anyone on the line who wants to unmute their line and say, hey, based on the teaching, which one do you want Jesus?